A Trip to Greece, Solangelo AU, by Prittiestpivvo, Chapter 10. Will's Point of View. Nico and I returned from our beach walk, feeling refreshed and a little windswept. It was about 9:45 p.m, and we should probably get some rest before tomorrow's activities, but I had a lot of energy and could tell Nico did too. Hey, do you want to watch a movie before we sleep? I asked while picking out my pajamas. Hopefully it'll make us tired enough to sleep well. Joy glistened across the shorter boy's face. His eyes gleamed. Had I mentioned he had beautiful eyes? Well, he does. I'm sure it would feel like bliss to get lost in them, if only just once in my miserable lifetime. Absolutely. What should we watch? Nico responded. I was thinking something Disney. How about Tangled? Get it set up while I change, and then I'll go get some food while you get ready. The raven-haired boy ran off into the bathroom. I wasn't too sure if this was going to calm him down like I thought it would. Oh well. I flicked through the subscriptions offered on the hotel's TV, finding Disney Plus and clicking it. As the screen loaded to the homepage, Nico opened the bathroom door, chucked his plain clothes back onto his bag before running straight back out the door, called behind his shoulder, "Be right back with snacks." I had to laugh before returning to the TV in front of me. I could feel the sides of my mouth that had twitched up when Nico had emerged like a blur. His dark hair messy in a gorgeous kind of way. I used the search bar to look up the iconic movie and then went into the bathroom to change. I had come out, packed away my clothes, and had climbed under the absolute pillow of the cover, the mattress sinking the perfect amount, as Nico came back into the room. He looked slightly flustered, like he had run a far distance, which he probably had, maybe to expel some of his energy. Okay, I wasn't sure what you liked, but I grabbed 2 Diet Cokes, a bag of chicken chips, sweet and salty popcorn, and some Nerds gummy clusters, he rambled. I grinned. Diet Coke is my favorite. Thanks. I thought I saw a faint pink tint to his cheeks, but it was probably the TV lighting or something. He handed me the drink to put on the bedside table. Both of us had and threw the snack bags onto the spot that would be between us. A distance made me disappointed, and maybe just a little bit sad. Nico climbed into the warm bed on the left side of the bed from the end, closest to the window. He slid under the covers, and soon enough, the only part of him not enveloped by the bed was his head, his chin tucked over the edge of the comforter. I shook my head, a smile on my face, and clicked play. Rapunzel was introduced, and I heard a quiet snort from beside me. I lifted an eyebrow as I looked towards Nico, who had covered his mouth with his hand in embarrassment. What? Nothing, he mumbled, not looking at me. No way, now you have to tell me. I paused the movie. Hey, I was watching that. Not unpausing it until you tell me. I dragged out the E as much as possible. He huffed. I was just thinking that you would make a wonderful Rapunzel, William. I furrowed my brows. Is that a compliment? Take it how you will, the raven had commented solemnly. I rolled my eyes. I clicked on pause. By the time the movie finished, it was around 10:30 p.m, and we were starting to get drowsy. I had finished 3 out of 4 of my drink. 3/4 of my drink. The chip packet was empty, popcorn half full, and gummy balls 2/3 gone. One more? Nico pleaded. Again, gorgeous eyes, extremely hard to resist. Fine, I sighed, secretly happy about this. We decided on a classic, The Little Mermaid. The movie reached the point where Prince Eric had saved Ariel from the beach and had taken her to get cleaned up, when I felt something slump onto my leg. I looked down. The shorter boy had once again fallen asleep in my company. His head had fallen almost straight into my lap. Oh God, his hair was magnificent, the inky black of the mess falling across my thighs. I could hear him breathing softly. I made haste to switch off the blaring TV so as not to wake the sleeping Nico. After the TV had been silenced and turned dark, the only light was provided from the moonlight shining through the large windows to our right. Shit, I thought. That's gonna hurt in the morning. But there was no way that I was leaving this position. I then made a decision. It was pretty stupid in hindsight, but I was feeling bold. I placed my fingers on Nico's mop of hair. I ran them through it. Oh my god, his hair was as soft as a feather, a gorgeous silkiness to it. My hand explored his head of hair a few more times before I heard Nico groan. Shit. I pulled my hand out of his vicinity. Nico didn't open his beautiful eyes, but his mouth began moving. Please keep doing that. It feels nice. His voice was croaky from sleep. It caused something inside of me to fizz and flutter. Pretty damn hot. I tentatively threaded my fingers back through his hair. He made a sound of confirmation before his breathing pattern once again fell back into sync with his previous sleep pattern. I relaxed. This was nice. Lovely. I lifted Nico's head ever so slightly off my leg to wriggle further under the comforter, placing his head back in my lap. I fiddled with his smooth hair until I too felt unconscious, sleep beckoning me. I awoke to sun streaming into my eyes. I looked down. Nico's head was still placed in my lap. My fingers were still in his hair. This is how I want to live life. Is that too much to ask for? It was at that moment I realized I needed cigarettes badly. I decided my safest move was to lift the sleeping boy's head and slide a pillow under where my leg had been. I slowly lifted his head, the ink-colored hair of his sliding off his closed eyes. I successfully lowered his head onto the pillow I had provided. I quickly darted into the bathroom. After that wonderful experience, I came back into the room to see Nico, propped up on his elbows, squinting into the sunlight before he looked over at me. Morning, sunshine. I repeated my nickname from yesterday. He glowered at me, but I could tell he liked it. Shut up, Will. I grinned. Come on, time to get up. No, Nico whined. I rolled my eyes. Am I going to need to drag you out of bed like a child? Go for it. Nico just rolled over to face the window, then decided to shove his face under the covers. Or I might have to tickle you. Nico shot out of bed. I'm up, jeez. I snickered at Nico's fear of being tickled, and we began to prepare for the day.